Good evening and welcome. I'm a little bit excited. Let's just make sure that everything comes through as it should do.
That was the intro you were with.
Yes!
Hello everybody, how are you all? Welcome to Monday, the launch day of launchiness. We're launching a Kickstarter. Mikey, we're launching a Kickstarter. Can everyone hear me?
I hope everybody can hear you. I can hear you.
Excellent. And yep, we have gone live. Awesome, I can see me.
Nice.
Don't want to see that face. It's time, everybody.
Wow.
Nice.
So today has been interesting. This morning we were like, oh no, they still haven't approved us.
Wow.
Oh, there's me. I can hear myself through my tablet. Anyway, so we're definitely live. Yeah, so this morning was a bit nuts. We looked at the Kickstarter and they hadn't approved the bank details, and we're like, we'd like to launch this evening, please. And then we were like, oh, okay, we may have to delay it to later on in the week. And then we were like, right, we need to submit it for checking and everything. So we clicked that button.
This will take 3 to 5 business days. Okay.
It's ready.
like 10 seconds.
Yes.
Okay,
that was
audio
brilliant.
Is good. We have Chris, we have Big Gamey, we have Azrael, we have Jessica, we have Ismir. I'm Ismir. We have Canopy Games. That's you.
And I'm here as well. Oh, Jan could be louder. Yes, he could be. I tell him this all the time. Let me do this. Jan's now going to be very loud. I warn you.
You're no good for me. I don't need no bunnies.
Yep.
Don't need no one. That's no good for me.
We will go for an album later on next year, we reckon.
We did promise it as a stretch goal for one of the previous Kickstarters, mate. We never actually put it in, but we did say we would put it in one day.
One day maybe.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody. Welcome
everybody. So today, here's our plan. We're going to tell you a little bit about the change we got last week. We're going to have Mikey play through the current build and see how it feels.
Yep.
And then Mikey will be in charge of launching the thing.
I don't actually know where the button is, so that might be interesting.
Mikey, would you like to launch it? Yes,
Yeah.
It'll be better TV. Good. Okay, fine. I can do it if you can't find it. Yeah, so why don't we just start with those? So this week I've been working on performance and prettiness. I've put a few new features in. The biggest one you're going to notice is I've really upped the saturation of the game, which makes a sense with a game that's all about colors. So Mikey, would you like to run the current version?
I would. Hold on and let me go. We are prepared. Oh, I love that little thing. I should really change that.
And I want to see it as well.
So if I do this, you should be able to see it. I hope.
I can.
Excellent. Yep. They can see it as well, which is even better.
Oh, before we get any further, I spent 3 days this week completely redoing how teams are done because there was a bug that meant that Mikey couldn't play the game. So that took a while to fix.
The volume's quite loud. I shall turn that down. In fact, I'm just going to dive straight into a race. We'll come back to the customization in a moment.
Look at that loading screen.
Oh, I like the realistic car sound effects.
Yeah, let me just deal that with.
So I'm just going to turn the master volume of this down ever so slightly. Hopefully that's a good compromise between both.
Yep.
Here we go. I've not played it with the ribbons in it yet.
Have you noticed the sidewalls are changing color as well?
No. Oh.
Whoever's in lead, their team colors will be displayed along the track.
Oh, that's nice. So yeah, we were thinking about having dynamic billboards up, showing.
Yeah, I spent 2 days trying to get that working. That's not working yet. It spent most of me yesterday shouting, "It's a black square. It's a transparent square. Why isn't it working?"
One of the big things we managed to nail this week was performance.
Yeah. Oh, I snuck in your new boost pads, by the way.
Nice.
And I tweaked them.
Ooh. So I'm. Oh! No, I was about to just say, I'm in the lead. I'm in the lead. I'm unstoppable. Look at me.
Oh, sweet hubris.
Oh dear. And I'm last. Oh no. So yeah, the Dragon's Breath really does work to anybody's advantage. Yeah.
I also had to put in a bug fix to stop people from picking up multiple weapons very quickly and spamming them because Mikey was breaking the game. I've actually got a Mikey spam bug.
I was bug hunting.
You're trolling. So how do you like the light ribbons, Mikey?
I love this.
Okay, so these light ribbons are proof of concept. I actually just got them from the asset library. They're not the ones we're going to have in the game. Bass is going to write some specially for us. They're going to be a lot more customizable and something that we can actually teach. But I think they work better than the smoke. Mikey does cheat. Mikey cheats all the time. Don't play stealth games with Mikey. Mikey gets bored and brings a bazooka.
Make sure you speak nice and loud, Jan, because there's a lot going on at the moment.
So how'd you like the saturation, Mikey?
I think it's so much better now. The first thing I thought when I loaded up the game was that the HDR had changed, so the background.
Yeah, for those who don't know, HDR is a high definition something sky, which is high definition render.
High dynamic range.
Yeah, that's what I said. We actually have a hippopotamus deranged rabbit sky up there right now, but it's very subtle.
Uh-oh.
Are you collecting those?
I'm gonna land on the boost pad. What? Oh, but I didn't get it. No.
Too high. We have a height axis. I was gonna say Z, but it's not Z, it's Y.
Well, nothing can stop me now. So this, I'm much better at the game. I can hear. Yep, that was very lucky. If I'd ended up there, I'd have been well.
I had a small graffiti, by the way.
I noticed it. I mean, this world is now coming to life. It really is. Oh, have you up?
Yes.
Oh, I'm on top of it. No. Have you up to the prevalence of those?
No, it's random. Oh. Turn around.
So, can I make it from 6th to 1st in the next 40 seconds? Place your bets now.
Because they're all going to die.
Yeah, they'll probably all slam into the wall.
So there's Team Morningstar, one of our new teams.
We'll have a look at teams in a moment.
Yeah, there's some mines. Good catch.
Ooh, looks like a dragon's breath had just been deployed there. Hey, I think I'm going to win this one.
And as we went live, I figured out what's causing the game to stutter.
Yes.
Like literally seconds before we went live, so I haven't had a chance to exercise it, but it's a cunning thing. And
we'll talk about that.
Improved.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I like your finish line too.
That makes a big difference having something visual there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got a cursor somewhere. Come back.
Use your controller.
There we go. Let's bring us back.
There we go.
Multiple use. Yes, so that is a lot of fun.
Teams. You can do teams.
Teams. I'll load up Teams now. And I will turn my desktop audio down so we can talk over the top of that. We don't need the music there. So let's come back. Let's bring that up so Yang can see as well.
So we are now up to 12 teams, and we have 12 races. And the game is coded so that you will only have one of each racer.
So select team. So we've improved on... this is so much...
The hull changes faster. The first time around, the teams will glitch. There's not much I can do about that yet.
Oh, is that a trail?
Yep.
The ribbon trail, yep. So we've got our 4 ships, our 4 prototype ships. And it's great because they've all got a distinct feel when you play them, which is amazing because none of the ships are different from one another.
And soon you'll be able to recognize the light trails. So Team Verm, who are, Team Emir. Oh, you guys can hear this.
No, I've turned the desktop sound down.
Team Aegis. Archangel. Ares. Grendel. HSC, Helios Systems Corps. Team Morningstar, who are Purple.
Purple.
Nyan. Omni.
My favourite team.
Yep. Paladin.
I think that's the last one, isn't it? So yes, and these
once you've loaded
apply.
them all, you can go through them quickly.
Oh, we've already had that one.
I feel like it should be a hard techno beat while you do this.
Yes, quite possible. That was a bit of an evil cackle. So yes, many different customization options for the game. I'm going to bring us back.
Hello, us. So that is the current state of the game. For those of you who are interested, I think I figured out why explosions are causing the game to stutter, even though all the assets are preloaded. And it's not the assets. It's because I thought it'd be fun with the explosions if the collision moved with the explosion, so you could actually dodge out the way. The problem is, every time you resize a collision shape live, like at runtime, the physics engine has to recalculate it. So if we recalculate it 60 times in a second, and explosions trigger other explosions,
yeah,
then the game just goes, no.
So the idea, of course, was initially that perhaps you can outrun a shockwave or see the shockwave coming and then maneuver around it or do something to avoid it. But actually, an explosion happens incredibly quickly, and so there's absolutely no chance that you're going to be able to avoid it. So not having those dynamically changing collision shapes are going to make a huge difference.
I mean, there are going to be edge cases where you luck out and get out of the way, but I don't know that that's worth the sheer...
on every explosion and everything else. No, that doesn't make sense at all. We would like to play the Kickstarter video for you as well.
Oh, let's do that.
Because I
just made this and uploaded it 20 minutes before we went live on this.
Now, I presume when I click this button, it will all work. We'll be completely silent, by the way, Jan, when this happens. So here we go. Here goes nothing.
Hello, you wonderful people. My name's Jan, and I want to teach you how to make this game. This is MagRacer. It's a futuristic racing game based on a magnetic field that will power your craft. To get too far from that, you lose power. Loosely based on Wipeout, there's a lot of key differences that make this a lot of fun to play. We've made this in the Godot game engine. It's a free and open source engine that'll do 2D and 3D, and the two together really well. And I love teaching it. Now, I'm a professional instructor. I've got about 8 years worth of teaching experience from kindergarten to university level. But I love working with and teaching this game engine. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. There's some great tutorial content out there for Godot already, most of it focused on 2D. We want to show you the kinds of things you could do in 3D with this engine. How fast you can go, how pretty you can make it, the kind of response you can get from a controller. And that's what I want to take you through with this course. I want to show you how to make a physics-based racer that simulates a magnetic repulsion field. What we have now is a prototype. It's a fun prototype and we love working on it and we really love playing it, but we want to turn this into a detailed game that we can turn into a course. We want to take you from the very first moment you open up your first scene for this project all the way up to the final polish. That's going to take some time. On top of that, we want to hire Bastian to do some extra work. Say hi, Bas.
Hi, Kickstarter. My name is Bastian Ole. I've been working on game engines since my teens. I'm also known for adding support for VR into the Godot game engine. For this course, I'll be showing you how to build an AI to control the NPCs in the game. I'll also show how to make the various particle effects and shaders that are used in the game. I hope to see you all during the course.
On top of that, Mikey is going to be working in the background making some cool stuff. Mikey?
Thanks, Jan. My name is Mikey, and I will be creating the assets that you're going to need throughout this course, both the sound ones and the models themselves. You've already seen some of the alpha ones. We're going to make this game look real sweet. Now, those assets themselves are yours to keep as well, and use however you want. Back to you, Jan.
We're going to be covering a lot in this course. I'm thinking probably more than 20 hours worth of content, which is a decent chunk of learning. In that, we're going to cover things like how to create a track from a CSG curve, how to simulate magnetic repulsion along the track, how to use Godot's physics engine to move rigid bodies at high speeds, how to design for a controller, how to make pickups and weapon systems that are modular so you can add more and more of them and the whole thing will just still work, how to design a compelling level for a racer like this, how to generate checkpoints at runtime, how to map multiple materials to a mesh so that you can actually repaint them for different teams, how to background load, so you're not just sitting there watching something hang, you know things are happening, unlockable rewards, and much, much more. We have a vibrant community of really helpful and lovely people who'll be with you on every step of your journey, and we'd love for you to be part of that. So let's get MagRacer made. Back now and get some awesome 3D content.
Oh my word, there's a dragon on the screen. So what do you guys think to that?
Yep, that's the Kickstarter video we made. Not bad for a first pass.
No, we may improve that over time, and certainly as the, all being well, if the Kickstarter grows and grows, we'll be adding some other things to that as well, potential other courses. First up will be an assets course to go along with the main Godot course.
Yes. Well, before we do that, would you like to go live, and then we can talk them through all
Oh yeah, let's go live. Let's...
Okay. Very professional.
Yes. So I'm at this page here. Where's the button that says go live? Get ready.
Would you like me to do it, Mikey?
It says prepare to launch.
So press it.
I'm going to bring this across so people can see it.
It might show your details before you do that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, by all means.
I'm going to click the launch now button. Drum roll. Drum roll.
Back roll. We have a Kickstarter.
So we have a Kickstarter, my friend.
It was in there somewhere, but...
So we are now live. I'm kind of excited.
Yep. We should probably link people to it. Let's link people to it. I will post this in the chat.
I shall post on Twitterer.
Boop. So here is our Kickstarter, which we are planning to use to make, at minimum, a 20-hour course from start to finish, using the assets Mikey's going to make for us in Godot, with Bastion teaching AI, particles, and shaders, and me doing the other bits of coding. But we have some fun stretch goals planned and some fun things, and we even have some add-ons we're going to be adding later on, mostly later on because we need to figure out the best way to get them in that we can actually deliver them to you. But the prime add-on we want to do is the ability for you guys to get a customized team made for the course. So you come up with a concept for a team and a concept for a logo, and we approve it, because otherwise this is going to go very wrong. And then we put it in for everyone to have in the course. So everyone's version of the game will have your asset in there. We can also do that with posters and stuff like that. I would very much like to get t-shirts and mouse mats and hats and mugs and things. But there is a logistics problem there. So we need to do a little bit of work. It'll probably be a few days or a week before we have a final answer on that. Woo! We have backers.
I'm just still tweetering. I'm actually so excited. My typing has gone to absolute pot.
Are you typing like me?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm just checking some messages that have just been sent. Good.
Cool. If you guys have any questions, do give us a shout. We'll get to questions in a moment. And I need to make sure that people know where they can come and ask questions as well. So let's... Boop.
Ooh, I've just seen another Kickstarter I want back. But that's not what we're doing right now.
Squirrel! Right, so that has been tweeted out. I shall also tweet it out personally as well. And if you are as excited as we are, it would be great to have your retweets and forwarding. We should get a Reddit set up for this as well. Is that how that works? I still don't understand Reddit. Can we do a TikTok?
No. I'm not going anywhere near the breath mint thing. I don't understand it.
Tic-tac. For those who were wondering.
Thank you, dear. I think they got the joke. So yeah, we're very excited about this. We realize that we are launching this mid-pandemic. And if it doesn't go through, which we think it will, because we're pretty confident, but if it doesn't go through, we'll do a minimal course. It'll just be how to set up a physics engine like this and those kinds of controls and so on. But we're pretty confident we can get this going.
We've got Bass on board as well doing AI, and one of the... I can't promise this because obviously it depends on funding levels and everything else, but I'm really looking forward to being able to produce assets if we get to that level, and Bass is looking forward to doing AI as well. Not just the basic AI that we're implementing in the game, but we could expand on that. So there's many places we can take this Kickstarter. But of course, we need to make sure it's paced, make sure it's realistic, and not promise too much. Overreach ourselves basically. But one of the things that would be absolutely amazing is to develop this as a full-blown game. But that's not what we're promising in this Kickstarter. But it is possible from this Kickstarter. Is that fair?
I'm just trying to find the list of our Kickstarter stretch goals that we have internally. I can't see what we did with it. There we go. Found it.
Yeah.
Found it.
Should we just go through some of our ideas? They're just ideas at the moment, and obviously they'll be driven by backers. If you want one thing over another, we'll put that, give it more precedence, basically.
This is the wrong thing. This is the Kickstarter script. Why is everything difficult? Sorry, Karen.
Why is everything named the same?
We have like 3 things with the same name. Found it.
Yes, they're all labelled Kickstarter somewhere in here. I'm just gonna cough, so I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, so first, our basic idea for stretch goals. We have extra assets with modular assets and an asset core. So we'll provide more ships, more buildings, maybe do some hard surface modeling. And then part of that will be figuring out how to make these assets modular. So when you fit a different engine to your ship, it will look different, which is a whole challenge, right? Because now you need to make those plug in to different chassis types, and you need to find a good way of doing it.
It'd be wonderful to have that level of customization, and it may not affect the game. So having a different booster or a different engine, we're still keeping to the core principle at the moment that those do not affect gameplay. They are purely cosmetic. But we could always put things in tiers, for example. So there is a faster version or a hardcore version where you don't respawn and things like that you can change the difficulty of the game for everyone altogether, rather than just someone has better acceleration or better top speed. The way that the game works, being physically based, and the fact that you're moving so quickly, going quicker isn't actually an advantage.
Yeah, we tried this recently. I thought, well, what happens if I up the thrust of the craft? I'll just double it.
Yeah.
And what happens is you go into expert mode and die by the 4th corner because you've taken so much impact damage.
Yes, because we're floating above the track, there's no artificial gripping of the ground. We're not on rails. If you imagine in a speedboat trying to go around a corner really, really quickly, you just slam into whatever was to the side of you, and that's what happens.
Yeah, it's not immediately obvious when you watch this, but when we press forward, it's not as simple as just go in the direction you're looking. Your momentum is still going in that previous direction. So you're actually changing the direction of the thrust, which means you will skid around the corner. You will power slide.
I mean, it's ever so fun. Once you've nailed the ability of being able to yaw as well as turn the craft, you can power slide. They up the top, so we'll play it again in a bit. But at the top, where you go through your first tunnel, you come up and round to the big straight, the Maddie Straight as we call it, past some Aegis buildings. You can come off of there if you take that corner really well. You can just pretty much power slide and go quite high as well as you're coming round and down, and that. I think adding that bit of skill to the game it brings a smile to my face anyway.
So it's interesting that there is a definite, and we've mentioned this before, there is a definite skill in this game in a way that, I mean, things like Wipeout have a skill, but it's mostly learning the course, learning when to slow down, when to speed up. This is much more about understanding the track is curved. It's a U-shape. It's like a bobsled run, right? Which means if you're taking the corner slightly differently, you need to instinctively understand the difference that's going to make when you go up a slope.
Yeah.
Because you develop a feel for, I'm not going to make this as is, I need to slam on the air brakes, and then I'll be fine. Or I need to strafe slightly to the right.
Yeah.
Who remembers Attack of the Mutant Camels? They had a similar control method. I do not.
Attack of the Mutant Camels. That rings a bell, but nothing's coming to my mind.
Nope.
There was probably Attack of the Mutant something in the past anyway.
Yep.
What else is on that list? So we've given.
Yes.
So assets course is one of the obvious ones to go along with this.
An asset course for music. At the moment, we've got a single techno/drum bass track. Mikey has another one in the works, I believe.
Yeah.
The problem is we're both doing so many separate things that we'll do a little bit of work here and then come back here, and it's if we had raised money to do this as an indie game, we would have scheduled our time. This week, here is what I am working on. But as it is, it's like Mikey says, "Oh, I've got some more buildings for you," and then it turns out he's got a finish line because that was interesting. It's an awesome finish line. I want to say about that in a minute too. But yeah, music course is a thing.
Yeah. I've got any of the music or assets that we actually put into the course will be yours to use however you want, basically. So if you wanted to take these MagRacers and make a space game out of it, because they could work with some of them, then sure, go ahead.
Or conversely, if you've got the skills to do it, you could take this and make it a Mad Max diesel punk thing and sell them.
That'd be amazing.
Or little jelly cubes. Another assets course we're talking about is sound effects, VSTI, and Audacity. For this, we would probably need to hire a sound engineer because we can work those pieces of software. I have very, very basic sound theory, but it's very, very basic.
Yeah,
One of our stretch goals is to hire a sound designer to make the sounds for the game.
Yeah.
Because good sounds make such a difference.
Oh, huge amount of difference. One of the things with generating and layering sounds is whilst Jan and I are perfectly capable of doing that, it's the years of experience that we lack with that technique, all the shortcuts of putting these things together and how to put them together so that they work.
Why.
And the why, yes, why you'd approach it in that way. Music theory, fine. Sound design, whoop, not so fine.
Split screen multiplayer. So one of the possible stretch goals is local multiplayer. This is not a core thing because most people don't have multiple controllers and really want to play this on a controller. You can play this on a keyboard. I would recommend you do not do this because it's really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're very good, in which case, go ahead. Separate AI course, separate 3D shaders course with advanced shaders, and then we get to the big stretch goals. The big stretch goals are the lots of money ones because they take a serious amount. For example, engine plugins. Plugins we make for Godot to do things like make the curve that generates the path render much faster, much more versatile, the ability to say, here's a finish line, it goes here, and it'll just find the place for it on the curve. Also things like a VST plugin. So VST stands for, and it's how you generate digital sound effects. When you're making engine sounds, you don't actually want a single sound. You want 5 or 6 sounds that layer depending on what controls are being pressed and how fast you're going.
Yeah.
If we made a plugin for Godot, it could do that for us. We wouldn't have to generate a whole bunch of sounds. And finally, the giant, huge one is full game. Like, we turn this into a professional indie game. And that's going to require 3 of us working full-time for like a year and a half, 2 years. I mean, an indie game of this scope.
That's a big undertaking.
Yeah.
Although it'd be amazing, and I'd really enjoy it as well. So there is that.
I do my student yelling primarily in LOLCAT. When I was a professor in New Jersey, I would teach in a style of LOLCAT with Ohio Icon has finals, please.
Yep.
And when I would take attendance, there was a lot of Icon has Michael Bridges, please, which confused them because they were all too young to know what a LOLCAT was. So they just thought I was crazy.
Yes.
It made me laugh.
Well, that's the important thing. I often, my partner Karine, she often says, "I'm not laughing at the thing you said, Mike. I'm laughing at the fact you're laughing at yourself."
Yeah. So we have some great things. I like the idea of the.
Can I just interrupt you very quickly to say thank you for everybody who's backed so far. We're at £470 already. That's
and we have
that's
our first
amazing.
lifetime backer.
There's two.
We have our first 2 lifetime backers.
That's amazing. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. I should talk a little bit about the lifetime. Lifetime is a lot of money, but it's every current and future course we make.
Yes. Regardless of platform as well.
Assuming it's we making it. There are some that we're going to be making with other people that we need to check with them first. Can we give this to our students?
Yeah.
If you've already bought one of these courses, which you probably have, if you was with the Gotta Getaway, and you buy the lifetime, you could talk to us and we'll give you could just give the Gotta Getaway part of that course to someone else.
Yeah.
Like, we'll work with you.
That's absolutely fine on that. Obviously, if
of course you are, Kyle. Hi, Kyle.
if there happen to be like thousands of people that we need to talk to, we'll get around to it, but it may take
we'll
some
hire
time.
someone.
Good point.
I mean, so I know other companies like to do limited lifetime backers. I don't understand why. If you want to give us money, we'd love to hear from you. Like, I know that this means that the next 2 or 3 big Kickstarters, now Kyle and Timothy have no reason to back the Kickstarter. I think I'm fine with that. Like, with that,
yeah,
that faith and loyalty you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's an early thing, and on that front, obviously you may be thinking, well, what else have you got in the pipe? I've got a Trello board full of things that I want to do. So there's going to be plenty of stuff coming out in the future. There's going to be a really in-depth Blender course coming out soon. When I say soon, it will be augmented based upon how this Kickstarter goes. So if this Kickstarter goes incredibly well, I'll be focusing on creating the assets course for that. If we don't reach that for whatever reason, then I'll be focused on the other big Blender project that I've got coming. More details of that to follow in the future.
And by the same token, I'm going to be making a large God of 4 course when God of 4 comes out, because it's so different from God of 3. Discovering God doesn't really cover it.
Which is a lovely segue into one of the big questions that we're going to get asked time and time again. Are you going to make this in God of 4? And in a really short way, if God of 4 comes out, basically, would it be fair to say if it comes out this year, we would consider...
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's my official position, my non-joking official position. When God of 4 comes out, we'll look at how much work we've already put into the course, how much work would be involved in converting it, and how much we need to learn the engine. If the time and effort involved means that you guys simply don't get the content for too long, like if it means I need to go and start this from scratch, which is possible, like I don't know yet, maybe the physics engine won't work the same way, which will change everything in this game, and that will take me another 2 months of playing around to get the feel just right. If that's the case, we might not do it as for 4.0.
I've been through this myself when Blender changed from version 2.7x to 2.8 and onwards. The UI changed completely. So things can scupper great ideas. But
I do want to take a moment to talk about God of 4 because there's a couple of new things that they've put on that look so good. The new GPU particle system they have with collision on your particles is amazing. There's like different forms of collision, one of which is a height plane. So you just say, here's the area I want in the height plane. Generate collision based on how high everything is at that pixel or at that position. So this means you get like an outdoor scene and you put in a rain particle and it will bounce off the ceiling and floors and guttering realistically. That's amazing. Fog that goes through doors as they open. Like there's some stuff you could do here. Hello, Daz. Hello, Jelly. I'm very glad to see you both. Jelly raised an interesting point. Lifetime to Canopy game courses. This does not include access at currently to partnership courses. We will have to make sure that, yes, we need to make sure that we need to ask partners on a case-by-case basis. Currently, this only matters with one person because Mikey's made a partnership thing. But yeah, we have a lot of courses we want to make. I've even started thinking about other games I want to make. Because of course I have. Because there's only so much feature creep you can put in this one. Well done, Chris. Back at number 1. Mind you're muted, Mikey. Did we lose sound?
No, I muted it so I didn't cough everybody out. So, professional at work here. I've definitely not recorded 3 videos in a row with that also muted, because I muted myself at some point. Brilliant.
Yep.
So, yeah, what I was saying was
Holistic.
that... Yes, we, at the moment, we've approached most of the courses, Godot, Getaway, and this one, having a full game rather than just microcosms of a game. And that leads to a very holistic approach. You end up designing your game differently because you're thinking about the entire experience, not just how do you get this feature working. So we're not like, I mean, for Blender that I'm in day by day, you teach how to texture something. But a holistic approach might be, well, what size texture do you need on that because of its position in the game world? That's a different question. And one that if you don't get right, you end up in having assets in a game that slow your game down because they've got 4K textures on, and it's the thing that sits in the background that takes up 5 pixels.
There's also an interesting learning journey that comes because we're trying to make a game like this.
Yeah.
Like the requirements of this game mean, okay, we're now getting to the point where not everyone's machine is going to be able to handle it as is. Like, they're going to have to make some tweaks. And one of those is the way I've got materials going on these craft is suboptimal. So after Mikey said, oh, there's a way in Substance Painter you can merge these textures together on a material. So most meshes can use the same material, which... do a bit of testing. The individual material is slightly bigger, or the textures are slightly bigger, but you use less of them. I reckon I could cut the amount of memory usage for textures by about half. But that wouldn't have occurred to me unless I was making this game, because just in a theory point of view, you probably don't need to teach that most of the time at this level.
Yeah, when you're just making a little test game, it really doesn't matter if you slap 1K textures on or 4K textures. Most of the time, that sort of thing would be fine. It's when you start putting multiple, 12 ships all doing that, all computing AI, hundreds of buildings in the scene. If you've not done instancing properly, or you've slapped... we had a building a couple of weeks back. Jan just put a building in that obviously came with some textures, and the file size of Godot went up.
No. It was your building, and I took off the textures.
Oh, but they were still there for some reason.
A plain albedo with high reflection, and it was all curves and high vertices. 280 meg for a building.
But what was it without that? That's the thing.
25k.
That's a huge difference.
That's an actual building.
Yes, something to weigh on your mind.
Some other fun things we put in. Mikey, you probably didn't notice, but the acoustics change when you go through the tunnel.
I didn't notice, no. Mainly because I had the music cranked up in my headphones and down for the stream. I love that track.
That's fun, isn't it?
Let's show off the game again for anybody who's joined in.
Let's do.
So I still have Godot open, I believe. Yes, I do. Brilliant. I'll switch that over. In fact, if I do that, that doesn't actually make a difference. But if I do... Can I do that? Can I do a big picture-in-picture? No, it's not going to allow me to do that. Okay, so I just share my screen. Let's press play.
Let's play. Press play. Too excited to speak.
Come on. Right. Yes, controller is working. Select team. So I cannot fly this ship at all, but I am going to use this one here because I like it a lot.
The light ribbons, by the way, are placeholder. The idea is eventually to see if we can get them on all of those little texture things. Oh, I also changed it so that the thruster textures match the ship or the team.
So you'll notice there that we've got music for the menu system as well that's separate from the game music.
Oh, wait, let this run.
Yeah, I'm letting this run because this is...
I am so proud of this. Like, does that not look like slow motion?
Slow. Are you ready to race? Are you ready to race?
No.
Right, let's ready up.
Mikey got impatient. Yeah, it's slow motion cameras with blur just look like everything's moving. And that just reminds me of the old Power Pack comics.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Oh, did you see that slide through the... Oh. Did
no,
you
I was too busy laughing at your spin out. Captain Hubris.
Oh, dear.
Oh, when you go through the tunnel... well, first off, we have rear cam. So when you go through the tunnel, go into rear view. And listen for the change in sound. Statue of Maddie.
Whoa. Oh, how did I miss? Oh, they were close to me, weren't they? Oh, yeah. That was close.
So Dragon's Breath won't hit anything within 75 meters of you when you fire it.
Nice.
See the graffiti?
I did. Oh.
Maths is nan.
Oh, not a number. That was a bug that...
For like 2 months.
Yeah.
Meant that we couldn't actually have NPC races. They would just crash the game. Because of a floating point error.
Oh, that's got to put me massively in the lead. Whoa!
Very nice.
See, I'm going to try and drift this corner at the top here.
Which means he has to be right in the center. Because he's going to have to go uphill
Oh,
curved road while drifting. Otherwise, yeah.
No, I failed it.
You fluffed it.
I fluffed it.
Rear cam is not super useful, although the first time I tested it, I saw a dragon breath coming from me, which was horrifying.
I mean, one of the things we could do is maybe make it a toggle rather than a view that you have to cycle through.
Did you hear my different acoustics?
Oh, no!
Broke it.
I broke it!
You broke it!
No!
You're not going to win now, are you?
I found a bug, Jan. I found a bug. Oh, dear.
So, Jenny raises a point, and this, someone, I think it was Jessica, she mentioned this.
Oh, did it kill me? It killed me! I'm back in! Yep. Sorry, you continue.
I'll turn that down. With a racetrack outline. So, the way I did this in Got a Getaway was to create a second camera, right? And just have it hovering above and remove the lighting from it so we could just see everything. However, in this case, we want to hide the fact that the city is an illusion. Right? So, when it's nice and tight like this and well decorated, it looks great, but if we start doing it like that, it's going to look weird. So we could still do it that way, but even then, you're not going to see everyone's position very clearly. The other thing is something clever where it takes the curve, turns that into a 2D curve, generates the track from that, and updates the position information. That's doable.
I free game first.
Like a lot. It's alright, you'll fluff it. I believe in you. Hey, Rami. I'm very glad you're excited. I'm really excited to start getting this to you guys. I do want to get this to you guys, or as part of the Kickstarter rewards, the prototype. So when it funds and the money clears and the rest, we can start sending it out. Right now, my copy of Godot has an export bug. When I export the game, it says, no. Just like that.
I'm sure we can fix that by the end of the Kickstarter, though.
Oh, yeah. We've had all kinds of fun and interesting bugs.
Oh, it's going to be tight for the finish.
Oh, and I still need to make this...
No, come back! Come back!
Morning Star! Oh.
Yes! Oh, fantastic. A bit of drama on the finish.
I like the fact that the things at the side change. I didn't think I liked it at first, but it's grown on me.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was winning at one point, and then I went to the side and went, is there a bug? Because I'm not winning. Oh, fantastic.
I like the trails, especially once we get them specially made for us. I like the thruster at the back. Basically, color has become a really important part of this. And the teams have developed so much personality. The moment we had it so that you can only have one of each team in the race, and every team has one racer, which is two ways to say the same thing, you start actually developing vendettas. Like, I played a race where Rose kept hitting me with Dragon's Breath every time I overtook her. Every time.
Oh, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah. And I've had the first time I tried the Dragon's Breath when it was first implemented, as I crossed the finish line, I sent you a screenshot, didn't I? As I crossed the finish line, Dragon's Breath was coming for me. If it had hit me a millisecond earlier, I'd have died as I reached the blooming finish line. So, I mean, one of the great things about a game that you start doing what I'm doing now is you're telling a story about the game. And that... just the same with Godot Getaway. The moment it was fun to play, and you could start telling stories about it, you know that you've hit something.
It actually causes problems because this game is even more fun. I'll give you an example. So on Monday, I uploaded this thing where it's like, okay, now one of each team. So and Mikey tries it and it crashes his game. And it's like midnight for me. It's like, I'll fix it in the morning. In the morning, I go in and I can't figure it out. It takes me 2 days. I figure it out. I redo the entire team structure. Mikey, can you test this? Sure. 2 days later, Mikey, is it working? Oh yeah, I was just playing it. He's having so much fun playing it. He's forgetting to tell me you can carry on working on it now.
Oh yeah, it works. Oh, 5%. Yeah, let's have a quick look at the Kickstarter itself.
We just hit 500 squids.
Boom.
Yeah, we're at 500 squids. Very
well,
nice.
Thank you very much, thank you. Oh, wow.
What else was I going to say?
I don't know.
It's gone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, getting the saturation just right and getting that slow-mo cinematic really helped. I've actually started working on a system where each team has a little corporate blurb, and briefly I had it like on the selection screen. It was too busy, but we could have it as a glossary, so you could look up a team and get the information on it.
Yeah,
I'm actually quite fond of the. I'll show you where to find it if you want to read it. It's an archive. It's if you go to teams, it's under Archangel or Team Picker. I can show you in a second.
Yeah.
But then we came up with a weapon where you get hit by this thing, and for 5 seconds it covers your screen in the blurb of the company that just hit you.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Here, let me tell you where it is so you can actually read it live, because I think you'll enjoy this. Well, it'll take me a second to open my copy of MagRacer.
That's fine. Shall I?
Now got to the point where my God, I was just like, yeah, do your thing.
Well, I was just about to post the link for anybody just joining us in the chat. I'm not sure. Does YouTube? I know Twitch chat disappears if you're not actually on the stream. So if people are wondering where the Kickstarter is,
no, it should still be there.
That is the Kickstarter. Yeah. But scrolling up, I'm lazy. Now I know I can click on it there if I need to bring it up again.
Let's see.
For my benefit.
Mikey, do a search for Team Archangel, one word, .tscn.
So team, I'm going to share my screen to you as well, Jan. So team...
One word.
This one here?
Yep, open it. Click on the node, Team Archangel. And on the inspector, you see the little 4 dots by the text box?
The team blurb.
Yeah, no, there's a little dot, the little expandy box to the right. Yeah. Read that out.
But I can't read, Jan.
Go on.
Hang on a minute, I can do this as well. Can I do this?
Nope.
Oh, no. I thought I could zoom in.
Nope.
No.
Come
Okay.
on, in your best reading voice.
Antivirus from on high. The Archangel Corporation is the leading name in cybersecurity. I just realised it's a sales speech. A recent entrance into the MagRacer scene, Archangel suffered a series of brutal PR setbacks after leaked emails implicated the company in numerous ransomware scandals. Archangel's new head of corporate ethics announced that the company would be sponsoring a brand new MagRacer team to symbolise their dynamic shift to a more synergistic and responsive user-focused identity. Various professions of linguistics have attacked Archangel's statement as an assault on the meaning of meaning.
Made me giggle so hard as an ex-professor who used to work in corporate finance.
Whoop. Yeah, I think adding a bit of lore to the game really helps flesh things out. Like you were saying about the city's a facade at the moment. Putting a mini map where you can see the city is no good. A mini map with just the outline of the track might work, with maybe dots on it of different colours, like in a typical racing game. But yeah, zooming out and creating an entire city, unless we're going to have multiple tracks flowing through the same city, you're doing work for no real benefit, if that makes sense. And it takes a while to make a city.
I would like to get some promo shots of each vehicle, by the way, because I had an idea for a poster. It just says "Organic" by Grendel. I've had fun with ideas for posters. I just haven't made them yet. Things like Grendel, slay monsters. Delta already has a slogan. Not Delta. Ares. If you look at the Delta version of the Ares, you can see the slogan on the front that I'm quite proud of. It's my Greek is no good. Molon Lebe, which is, if any of you, it's been used by various political organizations. It comes from King Leonidas, the Battle of Thermopylae, where the messenger from King Darius says, all you have to do is lay down your arms and join us, and we'll make you kings of the region. And King Leonidas' response is Molon Lebe, which translates as, come and take them. The Spartans, or the Lacedaemonians, were the people that we get the term laconic speech from. So
it's like a history lesson every time.
It's like I was a history professor, isn't it?
Maybe. Oh dear, how times have changed.
Right.
But it's amazing.
Yeah, I like the idea of putting like little bits and pieces up there.
Yeah, I mean that really sucks you into the game. Gives a character to an inanimate object. I mean, it is just a craft. But if and with the AI, we'd love to be able to have a vendetta system, or certain teams have certain aggressive stances. So some teams will try and ram players out the way. Some will try and get boost rather than a pickup if there's a choice between the two.
I mean, if we had the kind of time to make this into an indie game, I would probably get a graphic designer to make a different UI for each team. Yeah.
Then it really sucks you in. Especially if you flew from the cockpit mode, I could model inside the cockpit. So I've been playing a lot of Squadrons, Star Wars Squadrons recently. It's
not having a
good take. Okay, it could be an unlock. It's fine then. As long as you don't have to pay for it, it's fine.
That's true. So, any questions, thoughts, concerns, interpretive dances, jingles, or puppet shows?
Yes, and thanks, Roderick. I do try. My great reading voice, he says. Which is better. What was that? We were playing Tabletop Simulator and we were playing King. What was it?
It was King's Dynasty.
King's Dynasty. And I would turn over a card, and for the life of me, whenever I had to read out a story, I'd either crack up or completely mispronunciate everything.
You would mispronunciate everything. There's also the fact that I don't think you actually figured out how to play the game, so you'd start like voting randomly on things.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's how I play Monopoly. I'll buy that. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
King's Dilemma. That was what it was called.
King's Dilemma. Yeah.
Really good game.
And really in depth, stretched out over several weeks of playing. That was fun. And a completely different pace to MagRacer.
Nice. Good segue.
Hey.
Professional. So yeah, we think some posters would be fun as an add-on, like in-game posters. We think some teams, because we don't have to be down to 12 teams, even if we only have 12 races.
Yeah.
It would still randomize it. Getting the teams to work was oddly annoying.
In what way?
Okay. The player picks a team. That should not be overwritten.
No.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say how many teams are there? There are 12 teams. Great. Add them all to this list.
Yep. Remove whatever the player selects from that list.
So, first, we're going to go through all of the current races. If the racer is a player, we can only have one player racer at the moment, so that's fine. Remove that from the list. And then take the list and shuffle it. Great. Now go through and do the following. If this counts, so we're going to start with 0. If this counts as the player, don't do nothing. If this counts as the player, move to that point in this array and go, so number 1 goes to number 1,
yep.
Number 2 goes to number 2. I've just created an off by 1 error. Because the player is still in that list, is position 0, so I had to modulo it. Steampunk version of this game would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. Thanks, Jelly. Thank you. One of the things that she mentioned, talking about coding, I shall segue into it. I'm going to become a master of segues soon. Haha. So coding-wise, I helped Jan the other day. I undid everything he had done. But I fixed the bug and created another one. But we'll come back to that.
The bug. He didn't fix the bug. You got rid of the bug that I'd created by going back to the one I had before. You just went back in time.
But I went there anyway. But one of the things that we will be including as well, talking about coding, is some of the scripts that I've written in Blender, which speed up workflow so much. So imagine you've got a craft and you need to export it. So you go to File, Export this craft. Off you go. That's fine. But if you want a craft made of multiple components, multiple objects, or you want to group things together, suddenly you've got to make sure you've only got the things selected that you want selected, and then only export these things. And it can suddenly take you 40 minutes to export everything that you want, but not with a script. And you'll be getting those scripts along with this as well, because they're super, super helpful.
I mean, I'm going to have this problem too, because I've made 12 teams for 4 craft. And if I want to combine these materials, I'm going to have to redo it. So that's 12 times 4. Nobody can do that in their head.
That is 124.
It's 12.
Or 48. One of the two.
12. So just writing a script would make that much easier.
Yeah. As soon as you're finding yourself... It's like coding 101, isn't it? As soon as you find yourself repeatedly doing the same thing, get the computer to do it. That's what they're great at doing.
Yep. Single repetitive action without making mistakes.
Although you can do the opposite. You can get a computer to make thousands of mistakes a second.
It's true. And what's my standard comparison for coding? Coding is like bargaining with a grumpy genie. You get exactly what you asked for.
Yep. And no rubber duck or rubber toucan will help you out. So we want to give everybody rubber toucans as well. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
That would be amazing. I think, okay, as an add-on goes, that's incredible. The problem we've got is we would have to go to a rubber duck manufacturer, probably in China, and get them to make special ones for us and then ship them. So, please make a bunch of rubber toucans, or vinyl toucans. Please ship them. We have to store them somewhere. We have to send them internationally. I'm not sure that we haven't figured out that this is bad for the budget. Like, maybe we're losing money on this deal.
A shed full of toucans. That'll be a good skit. Open the door.
It's a good name for your second album, mate.
A shed full of rubber toucans. Second album?
I'm giving toucans for Christmas.
It would be one of those things. But yeah. Speaking of which, if someone watching actually knows a distributor that could do that, that would save us half the work. So put us in touch. It's a long shot, but if you're sat there going, "Oh, I know John, and he knows," yeah. Anyway, yeah.
If you know a luxury pizza place that will deliver to my tiny village, why not get in touch?
Cheesy, ding.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And now I've got milkshake stuck in my head.
Ah, yes, the Toucan Christmas album. Toucan roasting on an open... Anyway.
It's Toucan play at that game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Canopy Games album would be amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah, we could repaint the ducks, but if they're vinyl,
Repaint the
What
ducks.
else can we say? What else can we say? Do you want to play one more go?
I would love to play one more go. And before I do that, I'd like to say thank you for everybody else who's backed recently, if you're watching, because I can't tell if people are leaving and coming and going and everything, because a moment ago it went to 0 and I almost freaked out. And then YouTube updated and went, no, you've got like 2 times as many people watching. Hi! Not scary at all. But thank you. We've just passed £615. I don't know what that is in percentages, because I'm not
6%.
divided. Oh yeah, for every 100 is about 1%. Nice. 6%. Nice.
Also, Jelly did the work for me.
Yes.
Well done, Jelly. Good waving.
I was doing that during the playthrough. I thought they could see me, but no, it was only you that could see me.
And I wasn't paying attention.
So yeah, let's have let's pick a team.
What's ship and team? And I want to see 2.
Yeah. So I'll launch Godot. No, Godot's still
What
open.
ship and team would you guys like to fly?
Boop.
So your choices for ship are Vapor, Clunky. We need better names for these. Organic and Delta.
Nice. Okay,
Can you
so,
see, Mikey? I can't see.
boop.
Thank you.
So this is the organic ship. This one is Vapor, not at all based upon a Viper. This is Clunky, because it's clunky.
Team Morningstar. We have a vote for Team Morningstar.
And the Delta. Do not pick the Delta, I cannot fly it.
Pick the Delta.
So yeah, we've got a first one in there for Team Morningstar. Oh, that's one of the other ones, so let's go back.
Alphabet.
There we go.
It's a nice purple.
I like that. How does that look on the Delta?
Every team actually has a file in it. You saw the little text.
Yeah.
Where you can put in 2 colors, which will do things like the trail, the particles, all kinds of other stuff. I can't see it anymore. That is good. It's back there.
Okay, let's begin the race.
We are on a Lucifer thing, yes. Thanks for that, Jelly.
Okay, so I have picked the Delta. I apologise for my poor racing. Where do I start in a random position or at the back?
No.
At the back.
Start at the back. 1.
Here we go.
If we put a campaign mode in, which is part of the design brief, I will put a dynamic starting position.
Yeah.
And in fact, what I want to do is have the starting position defined by the finish line, not placed just by hand like it is now.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Someone's already let a dragon's breath off. Look at that, the barriers have gone pink.
Stop the pigeon.
Whoa! Oh, no.
Oh, look, the walls have changed colour.
Oh, get off me.
Is in the lead? Or, yeah.
Right. Come on.
Give you some brakes.
I just let off the throttle. I don't use brakes.
So the brakes here are very useful because they'll do linear dampening, so they actually help you not crash into the floor. Walls are purple.
Oh, tight corner. I can hear someone else right behind me. Or maybe I could hear myself.
I think you can hear yourself.
Ah! What a time to look behind.
Medic!
What a time to look behind. I'm glad
that scary ball of fire.
You know, I'm glad it's dramatic. It adds to it so much more.
Getting it to be that dramatic took a little bit of work, but it was worth it.
Oh, ow. Boost.
Yeah, the AI is going to get better as well. I also like how, because the lines glow, you can see them easily through the trail. Yep.
I'm fine.
You should have that as part of your quote. As Joe said, I think I hear someone behind me. Maybe I hear me. Wah! Like 2023 release.
Oh, that's got to be a clip for it, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic.
Final lap.
Nothing can stop me now.
I don't care anymore. Sorry, I thought we were singing Nine Inch Nails. Nothing can stop me now, cause I just don't care.
I've said it time and time again. This craft is more difficult to fly than the others.
So is that. Oh, I put a new sound in on the organic, by the way.
I noticed that when I was playing. Oh, nice.
So gonna fluff it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All good. It's all good.
That was a victory roll.
Yes. Just a little bit of a spin there as I go around the corner. It's oh no. Oh, look at my health. Look at my health.
Yours.
Gotta get through the check.
It's all yours, Roderick.
No!
Yes! Just before he gets to the checkpoint. He's third.
No. I keep. No. Under pressure. Carl, give me a boost.
Get third again.
Oh. There they are. Yes.
Very nice.
Oh, get off my tail.
Come on, Omni. Come on, Omni.
Oh, I was trying to look behind me.
We learn. Oh, second. Oh, Mikey, you could have been the hero, but now you're the goat.
That's
Peanuts reference.
multi-yan. Nice.
Multi-yen.
That's phenomenal. I don't know what's changed, but that was so much fun.
I've upped the frame rate. I've changed the lighting.
Yeah.
And I've put those things in, so the handling feels very different. I think you should go once more with your favorite craft.
With my favorite craft, yeah.
And a team. What team do you guys want? And then we can call it.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. So I'll open up Godot again, and I'll start the game. So I'm torn now between the Vapor and the Clunky because.
Let me see. Yeah, it does. We need some more tracks. Eventually, I want to put in a jukebox, so you can actually fast forward tracks as you're playing.
Yeah, I'm going to go for this guy. So what team shall I play, guys? What team?
This is my least favorite craft. Actually, it's not true. The shark is my least favorite craft, which is why it's not in the game. So Emir,
this suits the craft really well. The Aegis,
Archangel, Ares, Grendel, Helios Systems,
The golden one.
Morning Star.
come on, first one to say a team, and I'll pick it. Or I'll pick the orange one. No, it was orange last time. Let's pick a nice bright craft. What do you guys think?
You guys want to be Paladin?
I presume it's
Grebtki. Grendel. I think that's Grendel. Team Grendel, let's go kill some heroes.
let's race. Now, if I were a betting man, I'd say that this is my favourite craft, and so I'm probably going to fluff it big time, but let's go.
I do love this little slow motion thing.
Yeah.
Like, this blur doesn't work during the race, because it just breaks the illusion. I also downloaded a motion blur thing from the asset library and tried it, but we're going so fast, it's actually ridiculous. It's very exciting.
I'm not going to be able to talk during this one.
Are you trying to win?
I've got to concentrate, yeah. Let's see if I can nail this corner at high speed. If you bounce off the ground there, you can get a really nice corner.
You can, although you can also jump off the edge.
Yep, that also happens. I mean, I would quite like to see, or at least see what it looks like. I can imagine this one definitely throwing smoke at the back rather than the ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
eventually I want to have different engines.
Yeah. Okay, so an uneventful first lap. Nice. Ooh. Make sure I'm at full shields. Oh, I could have saved that for one of the Dragon's Breaths that's bound to send me flying. Yeah, so the Dragon's Breath isn't all-powerful. If you have your shield and you deploy it at just the right time, you will be protected from it.
Although, if anything else hits that shield recharge, it will switch off. So
yeah.
It's a risk. Dragon's Breath.
Boom. Oh, it's quite clean. It's quite lonely out front here. I might be able to lap someone. The last time I played in this craft, I did. Yeah. So we shall see.
Especially if you keep firing Dragon's Breath.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, if you take the corners just right, you fall into the bowl that is the track.
Pigeons learn faster.
Oh, I missed them. Never mind.
There's also been a lack of Dragon's Breath from behind you.
I know.
It's kind of soothing driving this thing. Right.
Look at that.
Yep. Lap someone. There goes Morningstar.
I can hear I can hear a Dragon's Breath somewhere. Oh, it was fired in front of me. Yeah. That's one of the great things as well. Sound now does play a part in the game.
Mm-hmm. As they said in the original Rollerball movie. Now ears. Ears are important too. It looks like you've gone so far ahead, the game thinks the person in last place is first.
I found a bug, yeah. Oh, they were just they hadn't finished the lap, had they? Nice. Woo! Thank you very much.
Nicely done, everybody. So that's the current state of MagRacer. That's the current state of our Kickstarter. We're at £780. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Does anyone have any questions before we go, or thoughts, or comments, or little impersonations of toucans?
Wow.
It's a good impersonation.
I don't know what a toucan sounds like.
Oh
my, oh my. Look at what I have to work
Hello, you beautiful Goddo people. Thank you, Jessica. It's a very good toucan impression.
Oh dear. Well, thank you, everybody. I am so grateful for...
It's been a busy day.
It's been a very busy day, and just seeing this tick up nicely as we go. As I mentioned right early on in here, you guys are obviously excited about it, otherwise you wouldn't be joining us here. And thank you for backing. Spread the word.
If there's people you think would enjoy it, pass it on. Thank you so much for your support and the backings and the cheering us on and the coming to see us and everything else.
And we will still continue this. Since we started deciding to roll up to the Kickstarter, we've been doing this weekly. I'm fine with carry on doing it weekly. I may even pop up a few times extra if I've got an idea.
I might see if I can do some live coding things like I did with Got It This Way.
That'd be really cool. So
if only so people could see me shouting at my code.
Yeah, well, as long as you keep it clean.
I'm making no promises. There's a great commit note somewhere in our source tree, our GitHub commits. and it's all in caps, and it's written, "Why won't the glowing things work? They should work. Why don't they? I'm going to hide under my desk."
Now, I think the commit history is clean. I'm just... Where is that? I was going to see if I could find it. Why? Oh, there's been so much. I mean, that's one of the great things about committing.
I have been doing a lot of commits.
Yes, it's just here. If I scroll down slightly, it takes the other swear word out. I think everything else is fine.
Timothy has just sent me a message saying, "Have you thought of sourcing your rubber toucans from Alibaba?" I have.
Here we go. It doesn't work. Why doesn't glow work? Why? I'm going to cry under my desk. Under my desk.
Under my desk. I'm going to cry under my desk.
But yeah.
It's an old song. Under my desk.
I mean, if you can't have a sense of humour when all seems lost, then I don't know.
I mean, there's a few of those. There's changed a bunch of things. Look, you can't expect me to be professional all the time.
This commit contains multiple things that I should have committed over the course of the week.
Yep. The one I committed today almost said, "did some stuff." I can't remember.
Yeah. But it looks better and plays well.
Yep. All right. I think that is a good place. Folks, thank you for joining us on our Kickstarter
Thank you so
launch
much.
party. And here's a clip.
Haha. You know what? I will play us out by playing the Kickstarter video. I'm sure you've all seen it already, but that'll be a really nice end to the stream. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we shall see you again really soon. Next week or sooner. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Hello, you wonderful people. My name's Jan, and I want to teach you how to make this game. This is MagRacer. It's a futuristic racing game based on a magnetic field that will power your craft. Get too far from that, you lose power. Loosely based out on Wipeout, there's a lot of key differences that make this a lot of fun to play. We've made this in the Godot game engine. It's a free and open source engine that'll do 2D and 3D, and the two together really well. And I love teaching it. Now, I'm a professional instructor. I've got about 8 years worth of teaching experience from kindergarten to university level. But I love working with and teaching this game engine. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. There's some great tutorial content out there for Godot already, most of it focused on 2D. We want to show you the kinds of things you could do in 3D with this engine. How fast you can go, how pretty you can make it, the kind of response you can get from a controller. And that's what I want to take you through with this course. I want to show you how to make a physics-based racer that simulates a magnetic repulsion field. What we have now is a prototype. It's a fun prototype and we love working on it and we really love playing it, but we want to turn this into a detailed game that we can turn into a course. We want to take you from the very first moment you open up your first scene for this project all the way up to the final polish. That's going to take some time. On top of that, we want to hire Bastian to do some extra work. Say hi, Bas.
Hi Kickstarter. My name is Bastian Ole. I've been working on game engines since my teens. I'm also known for adding support for VR into the Godot game engine. For this course, I'll be showing you how to build an AI to control the NPCs in the game. I'll also show how to make the various particle effects and shaders that are used in the game. I hope to see you all during the course.
On top of that, Mikey is going to be working in the background making some cool stuff. Mikey?
Thanks, Jan. My name is Mikey, and I will be creating the assets that you're going to need throughout this course, both the sound ones and the models themselves. You've already seen some of the alpha ones. We're going to make this game look real sweet. Now, those assets themselves are yours to keep as well, and use however you want. Back to you, Jan.
We're going to be covering a lot in this course. I'm thinking probably more than 20 hours worth of content, which is a decent chunk of learning. In that, we're going to cover things like how to create a track from a CSG curve, how to simulate magnetic repulsion along the track, how to use Godot's physics engine to move rigid bodies at high speeds, how to design for a controller, how to make pickups and weapon systems that are modular so you can add more and more of them and the whole thing will just still work, how to design a compelling level for a racer like this, how to generate checkpoints at runtime, how to map multiple materials to a mesh so that you can actually repaint them for different teams, how to background load so you're not just sitting there watching something hang, you know things are happening, unlockable rewards, and much, much more. We have a vibrant community of really helpful and lovely people who will be with you on every step of your journey, and we'd love for you to be part of that. So let's get MagRacer made. back now and get some awesome 3D content.